It's Friday morning, the day before the running of the Cox Plate, the richest and most prestigious weight-for-age race in Australia, and the horse is Vice Regal. In the last month, there hasn't been much to write home to New Zealand about. He finished 11th in the Caulfield Cup, but his connections weren't all that disappointed, for they're in racing for the love of it, and the money comes second. NGAIRE and Jim CAMPIN bred, own and train Vice Regal themselves, and for NGAIRE, exercising him is as much a part of her day as her household chores.
Most women have to have an interest, and by having Vice Regal, well, I don't have to worry about suburban neurosis that there's quite a problem, you know, amongst city wives and that sort of thing. I've got an interest, and we can share it together, and we talk about it. There's always something to, you know, to be discussed and to talk about, and even the children become involved.
The Campins have been in Australia 2.5 months, but you won't find them filling the major hotels where the race set congregate for the spring carnival. To cut down on costs, they're living in a caravan at a property at Diggers Rest.
When you look at the life that you're leading at the moment, you're away from your 3 children, you're living in the middle of nowhere in a caravan, all for the sake of one horse.
I think a lot of people would be happy to swap places with us at the moment just to have Vice Regal.
Yeah, I'll take his. I think I'll take his rug off now.
Would you describe yourself as a successful trainer?
Well, yes, we've been very lucky. We've been training horses for the last 14 years. Well, economically, yes. We've generally had a good horse, and we've won a lot of races. I hope we're good at our job. The results give that indication.
So far, Vice Regal has more than justified their faith in him. Before the running of the Cox Plate, he'd won over $120,000 in stake money, which by New Zealand standards isn't too bad. But as a racehorse, just how would they describe him?
What are you doing with your... A trainer's dream, if they wouldn't have any worries, you know, because he is a very easygoing horse and pleasant to have around, and, you know, it's...
He is very competitive, and that's possibly his only fault. He is inclined to pull too hard, both in training and in a race. He goes out there wanting to win his races, and he's a little too competitive.
It sounds as though he's almost part of the family, the way you talk about him.
Well, you would have to look at him that way when a horse is as good as he is.
But the test of how good Vice Regal is was yet to come.
Vice Regal?
The Vice Regal, 49.
Thank you very much.
Really right.
Vice Regal hadn't won in the past month. Few turf tipsters mentioned him, and when they did, it was in terms of disappointing New Zealander Vice Regal. Nor did the bookies give him much of a chance, with a starting price of 40 to 1. So what were the Campins thinking about before the start of the big race?
You always like to win, and I suppose you are sort of thinking about the winning, and then...
I think you're thinking a lot about if you've done everything right, you know, with the horse, and have you made any mistakes with his training and that sort of thing. There's always a little period of uncertainty before a race, you know. It's the human fallibility part of it.
He's given us tremendous thrills. I look at it this way: you go to the races and you see 50 or 60,000 people that have come to see the horses race, and here we have a horse good enough to be in these big races, you know, and I think, you know, it is a tremendous feeling of achievement that, you know, that is our horse out there, you know, winning. It's great.
The rain hasn't come? No. Oh, well, good luck anyway, Gary.
Up to the turn into the straight, there's 300 left to go now, and Vice Regal on the inside is challenged by Alaskan Star going up on the outside. Family of Man is 3 deep and going up to join them around the turn into the straight, past the 200. Family of Man.
Regal! 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 He gets third!
The line to win it from Rappendale. Vice Regal third, followed by Unaware, Marceau the outside, and then Stormy Rex.
Got third anyway!
It's now history that Vice Regal ran third in the Cox Plate. For that effort, he won $14,750 in stake money. But for Nari and Jim, it meant much more.
I think when we go home, we'll look back on this with fond memories.
We're as happy as can be.